Hello and welcome to my channel. Let's talk about increasing the size of your infotainment system display. The 2015 through 2017 GTI comes with a standard 6.5-inch display on its infotainment system, and I've enjoyed it. It's been satisfying, and the MIB2 infotainment system is a good one. I like it. But I couldn't help but notice that the same car over in Europe has an 8-inch display. And as a longtime Volkswagen enthusiast, I know that those Europeans get all of the good stuff on their Volkswagens, and we want it too. So somebody has figured out a way to import the 8-inch screen along with the required bezel to surround that screen from Europe into the United States. Check out eurozonetuning.com for more details, and be ready for some sticker shock. This is not a cheap upgrade. This is not a paid endorsement. The proprietor of the business, his name is Bill. He's not aware that I'm doing this. It's just that I like to document my journey on all of my Volkswagens, and this is part of the documentation. So, Bill, here's your free commercial. Is it worth it? That really depends on you. For the money, I've been putting off this upgrade for quite a while because I preferred to buy an APR tune, an intercooler, a clutch upgrade, wheels, tires, just anything and everything else, the window tint. Just go to my website and you'll see I've bought a lot of things for my car. And now that the car is where I want it, yes, I made this impulse buy. Sort of against my better judgment, but hey, I'm done, and this was that last thing that just makes the car a little bit better. I don't know that I would have scrounged up my pennies or gone into debt or, you know, suffered to get this display. It's not that great, but if you have some money laying around and you just have that one last little thing that you want to do to the car to make it a little bit better, this is the way to go. It's a great purchase. Eurozone also now has a glass display. I can't recall if it's identical to what's now in the facelifted Mark 7.5 or not, but I went ahead and got the older display because I felt like it's period correct. Call me kooky that way, but I mean, sure, it's also cheaper, but I really wanted the display that looks just like what I took out, but is bigger. Again, is it worth it? Here's what you get. Here's what you don't get. You don't get more resolution. You don't get additional menu items. You don't get any change in your stereo. All you're getting is a larger display, and only a larger display. So you have to recognize that the money you're going to pay is just for the larger display. And of course the bezel, that's got to be an expensive part too. Anything from the dealer is. You know, some people are quick to point out that the difference between 6.5 inches and 8 inches is only 23%, but you got to measure in both directions. It's when you look at the area of the display, it's being increased by 55%, not 23%. And that's a pretty decent bump in screen size. And so, you know, some naysayers would be pretty quick to point out that, hey, a larger screen without an increase in resolution is going to equal a bigger pixel, which is splotchier graphics. My only comment to that is maybe the native resolution was fantastic on a 6.5-inch screen, and it's just really good on an 8-inch screen. I look at this display and all I see is a bigger display. It still looks just as good as it did before. Maybe I'm not a pixel peeper, I don't know, but I think it looks fine. I'm using Google Maps a little bit more. I'm even driving around just for fun with the satellite imagery activated. I'm seeing buildings and all kinds of detail that I've never been able to notice before. It's been kind of fun. So overall, I'm happy that I got the part. I'm pleased with it. And if you have the money and want to put a final touch, a finishing touch on your build, by all means, get this display. I think it's great. Whether or not it's worth it is up to you as the individual. It stings a little bit to know that I paid the kind of money for this thing that I did, but in the long run, I think I'm going to be happy with this display, even though I will become accustomed to it. When I'll really appreciate this display is when I'm in my wife's car or my daughter's car and see their smaller displays. That's when I'll be a little bit of a prima donna and, ooh, those tiny little displays. And so that's when I'll really appreciate the larger display that's in my car. So installation, it was pretty straightforward if you follow the directions, which I did not. I'm a man, and so I just start putting stuff together, right? It's not until I ran into a little problem, and that is in the form of one of the connectors on the European display. The keying on it is just a little bit different, and it's addressed in the directions. You just look at the directions and it says you may have to shave or file one of these connectors, and I did. And so you just take a razor blade to it, the one that's on the car side of the connector, and just shave one of the nubs off, and it fits just fine. The bezel is a little bit of a challenge, but just be patient with it. Start at the bottom and pry it out using pry tools. You can get the lowest piece off with your fingers, and then you use the pry tool to get around the rest of it, and it'll come out. You just have to be patient and firm but gentle pressure all the way around, and it'll slowly come out. I also added the USB charging cable. I've got a smartphone charger up over top of one of my air conditioning vents, and the USB cable used to go to one of the 12-volt outlets, but now I have it plugged into the, I don't forget what you call it, the multimedia port. Anyway, it's you know, I do it like that so that I can make the Android Auto work. I tried to shoot some video to share with you on my removal process, and yeah, I messed up. It didn't work out, so I'm just sharing pictures. That's all I have. So I can't think of anything else to say except I am very pleased with this, and feel free to ask questions if you have any. I think I've covered everything. Thanks for visiting, and please feel free to subscribe if you like what I'm doing here, and take care and have a great one.